Hey guys, welcome back to LyonStrong podcast. I am excited to be here with you today. My name is Lyonel. I am the host here. And what's exciting about this, we're doing something a little bit different with the series. We're actually starting to highlight a lot of our members, coaches, and clients and how they came to be here. So today we want to go ahead and speak about Eileen Machin and her involvement with LyonStrong. For those of you who don't know, Eileen is my assistant. She's like my right hand person. She literally like is involved in every aspect of what we do here, and she's also one of our coaches. What's interesting about this story though is that when I met Eileen almost 7 years ago now, holy crap, time flies. It was not that at all. It was a very, very different dynamic. I remember I was at the time running a challenge of some sort where I was just trying to get more people involved in the process. This was at the time where I believe I created a 6 week challenge, and that was specifically designed to help some people get in shape and lose weight. That was the focus at the time. I wasn't so much on helping them fix anything. It was just really to just get people in the door for what we're doing. She was one of the people that responded to the challenge. She showed up here. I remember meeting her. First thing that stood out to me was just the fact that she had this big bright smile that as soon as she walked into a room, right, she was just so happy and she just kind of lit up everything. That was kind of cool. Because most people showing up, especially when there's something that they don't know or they're not quite sure about, they come in with an attitude and they may be a little bit like grumpy. And she wasn't like that at all. She was the exact opposite, which I thought was really cool. And when we sat down and got to talking, one of the very first things that she mentioned to me is that she was dealing with knee issues. She mentioned that she'd had 3 knee surgeries already, 2 on one and about to have the second one on the other. And, those were pretty bad. I think she tore her ACL biking in one and she did something else with the other. And then she tore the other one again, kind of doing some of the normal basic stuff that she does. She can give you more information about that on her own. But yeah, she tore her knees, and now she was having severe pain every single day, 24 hours a day in that other knee, and it was really driving her crazy. And the problem with that is that that was causing other issues for her as well. She was finding it difficult for her to exercise because every time she would go to the gym and try to do something, she would end up making it worse, right? Knees would swell up, it would hurt even more than before, and it was just impossible for her to just get anything. And because she was suffering and in pain, what goes along with that, right? Is not feeling good about yourself. So no activity, she wasn't walking, she wasn't going around, she wasn't doing anything because she was in pain. I mean, I kind of understand it, and she found herself just putting on more weight, which was making the pain even more unbearable and just kind of creating that whole vicious cycle, right? That she was finding herself in. And she was just at a point, man, where she just had enough. She was feeling really down and devastated and wanted to change. And apparently she saw me on Facebook. I don't know where how I popped up on her feed, and she saw me, she saw what I was saying, and she just thought, okay, that guy sounds interesting. I wouldn't mind trying this out. And she signed up. Great. That's a normal thing that usually happens here. People see me somewhere or something, and I resonated with her for whatever reason, and she showed up. Anyway, when she came in, we sat down, we got to talking. I really got to like her ideas and like just how she was and how she presented herself. And as she was explaining what was going on with her knee, she was telling me the list of things that she was prevented or unable to do because of it. She loved running and she had to stop running because that was one of the things that made her knees worse. She couldn't jump, she couldn't squat, she couldn't lunge, she couldn't do anything that was basically like normal activities. So getting down on the ground or getting down and getting back up was kind of an impossible thing for her to do because, well, she was in pain all the time. So she's telling me all these things and basically trying to give me a roadmap in terms of how we're going to work with her, right? Just kind of letting me know, like, I cannot do these things. I am not supposed to do these things. Those things are impossible because they cause me pain. So please make sure those are not in my process, so to speak. I listened and, told her no problem. Let's go ahead and get the process started. So we went ahead and did our assessment. And during the assessment, I got to really understand and see more about where she was and what was actually going on with her and her body. So it made it very clear for me to understand how we're going to move ahead and start her training process. Once we got going, there were some very specific things that we did. The first one was making her aware of her movement and her patterns and exactly how she engaged or really disengaged certain muscle groups. Eileen wasn't very good at the time at engaging her posterior chain, and she had no idea of that, which is a very common thing that I see with a lot of people. So it was important for us to be able to actually help her and show her how to do that and turn that on in movements that we're doing on a regular basis, but also more importantly, how to turn that on in everything that she's doing when she's exercising, so that that becomes a second nature for her. So in real life, it will actually transfer and allow her to be able to be dominant in that, instead of what she was doing prior to. And in doing those things, it helped take the pressure off of what was going on with her quads, therefore what was also going on with her knees, and really allowed her body to adjust and make things work better. What was interesting I saw at the time is that she was about to have her fourth knee surgery. I mentioned that in the beginning, but what I didn't tell you is that that surgery was already scheduled before we started, because she's just going to come here for a few weeks, go have surgery, and then if this was something that she liked, then maybe she'd come back afterwards. What I asked her to do was pretty simple, and she wasn't quite sure at first, but she went ahead and complied. And I just simply asked her to just delay the surgery by a month. That's all. Not to turn it off or not to cancel it or anything, because she wasn't sure if this was going to work for her anyway, right? So what I said is just give me a month. Give me 30 days here. And if at the end of a month you don't feel a little bit better and you don't think that this is going to go right for you, then go ahead and have your surgery. All you need to do is just delay it. So that way it gives me time to be able to show you different, and you can actually see if this is going to work and get you to where you want to go. That was, well, almost 7 years ago. She's never had to go back in and do that surgery because we're able to make things change for her, which is kind of cool. Anyway, I can get to the, all of that later. What was interesting though is she delayed it and came back in and we went to work. And it was really cool watching her start. I mean, she was eager to start, she was eager to go, but she was also very cautious in what she was doing. I mean, her movements were very timid. She was afraid to try different things, especially things that involved the legs, right? Anything that required her knees to bend, she was like, I don't know if I should be doing this. And because of the way that we addressed it all, we provided the support in the right way, we provided the guidance in the right way, and I was such a stickler on the way she was moving and how she was engaging different muscles. It became clear to her after about a week or so that, okay, I could try these things and not worry so much about hurting myself because of how we were doing them. So that gave her the confidence to just kind of go in and stay diligent and stay confident about doing what she was doing, which was cool. Because we did that, it turned out to be much, much, much better for her than she expected. So fast forward, we're a month in now. We've got to the 30 days, and it's like, okay, how do you feel? And the thing that was like mind-boggling to her is that she wasn't feeling any pain anymore. And what was so interesting about this is she went from being in pain 24 hours a day, feeling that every single day, no matter what she's doing, to being out of pain and not realizing when she was. It wasn't until I asked her how her knee felt that she realized, wait, I'm not in pain. And I haven't been in pain for a while, but I can't remember when it stopped. That was the coolest thing for me to hear, because that's exactly what I was hoping to happen for her, right? Get her out of that situation, get her body in a place where it can function and operate naturally and normally without her having that constant reminder that things weren't being done right prior to. So once we got past that, I mean, everything just was beautiful from there. We just kind of ran ahead and continued with our training and got a little bit more aggressive each time with everything. And what was the culmination for me was when we had one particular workout where I included sprints in there, and she looked at me and thought, "Well, you want me to run? I haven't been able to run at all, you know." And I said, "I understand, I know that, but in this particular case, I think you can. So let's just go ahead and try. You don't have to go hard, just see. If it works, great. And if you start feeling anything, just stop, and then we'll reconvene and go about it differently. But based on everything that we've done and what I've seen from you right now, I think you are totally capable of running." And boy, did I not know what I was getting into when I did that, because she ran and then came back and was so excited. I mean, jumping for joy, telling me I could run and I felt no pain and everything was great. It was awesome. And created a monster, because what happened now is every single day when she showed up to the gym, before starting her workout, she would go take a run down like to about anywhere from 400 to 800 meters. She would just get a little run in before her workouts. And that was every single time, which was awesome to see, because now she was finally able to do something that she's loved to do and couldn't do for a long time, and was back to doing that again. And we just kept testing and testing. The next thing, of course, was watching her and her ability to squat. We fixed her movements. We got her aligned properly. We got her where she was engaging all the right and correct muscles when she was squatting. So now that no longer became an issue. It didn't matter whether we were squatting with weights or doing stuff with body weight or any movement related to that. She had no problems doing it. But then her nemesis were lunges, right? Because those were really, really difficult for her because they were extremely painful. When she found herself being able to lunge without pain, that was like, okay, that was culmination for her. That was really cool to watch that as well. But what was also interesting is because she's avoided doing those for so long that those were difficult. She could do them, but man, were they taxing for her. So that was not her favorite movement. But we found ourselves doing quite a bit of those to be able to help her get her stronger. And then, of course, her ability to jump just was like, wow. So it was so cool to see her come and progress from, I can't do these things, to we're going to start to include some of them, little bit by little bit, to now she's a complete total master in the way that she moves. And what's been so awesome is that she's paid such attention to her movement and her patterns that she's now become really a virtuoso at moving. She's ridiculously strong in a way that's beyond my expectations of what she was going to be capable of. And she's still pushing the envelope to find out more and more and more about where she's going and what she can do, which is great because I love that. And what's also interesting about that whole dynamic with her is not only is she ridiculously strong, she's fast, she's efficient, she's got really great control and how her body functions. And the part that I really watched develop over the years with her is her ability to transfer what she's learning to the people around her. So when she's in class and she's working out and someone is new is there and maybe struggling with something, she'll kind of go in and there and just like with her smile, just kind of make them put them at ease and make them feel good and then actually just kind of show them what she's learned, which has been awesome to see because at the end of the day, I know that in order to be able to impact everyone in the way that we want to over here, it's not just going to be me. It's going to be all the others that have come after, that have learned, that have applied, that have actually changed their own particular situations, that are now going to be able to take that and transfer to others. So it's really cool to be able to see her go through it and do it herself. So that's been awesome. I just watched her grow and develop in that sense, and it's been great. What was also interesting is at the beginning of our conversation, when we first sat down and talked, she mentioned that she was a virtual assistant. And that was kind of a neat thing for me because I was looking for an assistant at the time. I wanted to be able to have someone to be able to help me with doing everything here. And so she offered, and I said no, which was kind of shocking for her because I just told her that I'm looking for an assistant. She tells me she's one, and I'm telling her, no, I don't want to work with you yet. And my key word was yet. And I said, what I wanted to make sure you understand is that what I do is not what you think. You're coming here thinking this is a gym, just like every other gym that you've been to before. And I'm telling you that what we do here is completely different and we're in a different mission than everyone. Until you understand that, I cannot have you working for me because you will not be able to help me go and grow the way I want to. When you understand what this can do for you, you tell me if this is something you can get behind and align with, and then we can go ahead and move forward from there. I think that took maybe 4 or 5 weeks before we had that conversation when she came in and mentioned how excited she was about what she's learning and what she's doing, and that she now understands the vision that I have and where I want to go with this. And she absolutely wanted to be part of it and helping me take it to the world. So that's how we came to work together. And she's been an invaluable piece of the puzzle since. Besides actually helping me not worry about certain things because she's got those in control, to be able to run ahead and get them done, but really being a constant reminder of keep doing the right thing and you have the right people show up to be able to help you take it ahead. That's really been great. With her, Isaac, and the others that we have here, it's been an incredible thing watching this grow, watching the people and the clients develop in such a way where they're now turning around and helping all those around them get better. That's been really, really cool for me. So yeah, it's been awesome. So Eileen, watching her grow, that's been fantastic. And where she's at now and her capabilities, like I said, are mind boggling. To see that this is one girl when she came in here that literally was the things that she's doing back then were impossible for her. Now she's doing them with ease and, what I mean, really making it like, and putting everybody to shame, by the way. She's, like I said, I mentioned she's ridiculously strong. This is not a joke. A lot of the people that work here, guys included, are like, man, she's stronger than we are. And I'm like, yeah, she is, with the big smile. Now, the cool thing is, you can get to be as strong or stronger than her if you're willing to put in the time, effort, and energy as she has. And I think that's also one of the big things, about her is her desire to improve is constant. That's never changed. That's never wavered. So because of that, she keeps truly making strides in getting better in everything that she does. And I love, love, love seeing that because that's helping our team and our family get bigger and stronger. Thanks for listening to part 1 of this incredible podcast. Make sure you tune in next week for part 2 of Eileen's incredible story. So you're going to get to really understand more about her experience here, what she's gone through, and how it's been able to help her completely transform everything regarding her body. I'm excited about this for you guys. In the meantime, if you have any questions about any of our programs, any of the ways that we could possibly help you, if you just want to inquire or learn more and understand about your body and what's going on with it, make sure you reach out to us. You can reach out through any of our social media at Get LyonStrong, or you can go on our website, getlyonstrong.com, fill out the form, ask for an appointment. Let's have a chat, let's have a conversation, and let's find out what we can do for you and help you become the best version of you that you were designed to be. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys on the next one.